Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is Nachodon coming to you with a tutorial today about how to use some of the Terra ecosystem stuffs. I'm going to try to do like 4 videos today and just bang them out. And the first one we're going to do is just covering the very basics of Terra Luna, right? Luna is the coin that in my private group, which, by the way, you can access by hitting me up in the description below and emailing me, the Nacho Research Lab, where we found Luna very early. Okay, very, very early. Okay, and many of us have prospered as a result. And on the screen here, I have the founder, who is the Michael Jordan of crypto, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as the person who made this meme is concerned. Named the Crypto Truffle Pig. Shout out to the Crypto Truffle Pig. I want to thank you for such a great meme. Today we're going to just get into some basics. Look, this isn't formal stuff. I do not work for Terra. I don't have any association with Terra. I am involved in the communities there, and I appreciate everything that Terra is doing. We got Mr. Michael Jordan, a.k.a. Do Kwon of DeFi, who is just tearing it up and providing us with amazing tools. So I hope that you enjoy this short series that I'm about to do, so that you can, and this is not going to be comprehensive in any regard, okay? So just know that. I am not an expert in Terra. I do not know all the ins and outs. There are people in the community that know a lot more than I do. But I think my knowledge is extensive enough to provide you some value, as if you pay attention to these videos and the things that I have to say. And sorry, I'm not a brief person. Brevity is not a strong point of mine, and I am not desiring to be a YouTuber. I have a private group of wonderful, freedom-loving people, of a great community called the Nacho Research Lab. And this is not to promote that. I've already done, very well for myself in life, and partially thanks to Do Kwon. Well, in a good part, let's say now. I never imagined a project to do this well and to be this excited about it as I am about Luna, as I am about Terraform Labs, which are creating amazing products. And I'm going to be talking about those products in this series, but let's get into it. You got to start with the basics. So, wow, what an intro that was, huh? Took me forever. All right, so what we have here is the wallet. This is Terra Station. Now, let me just show you where you can download that, okay? So first of all, in my opinion, you don't need to use Ledger, but I would suggest you get the Ledger. Always use a Ledger, right? This is a Nano S that I'm using. It's a cheap one. The Nano Ledger X is better, but I use a couple different ledgers. But anyway, this is where you can download it. I'm going to have all the links in the description below so that you can easily download this stuff and follow it, okay? So first of all, the first thing you're going to want to do is download the Terra Station wallet, okay, which I'll just get to in a second. I just gave you a flash of that. Either, for Mac OS, Windows, iOS, there's Android, and there's also a Chrome extension. The browser extension you're definitely going to need, so I would say make sure you download that. Everybody should download that to Chrome, and then, of course, whatever operating system you have, and also for your phone, okay? And I'm going to show you a couple transactions because I have one wallet set up on my phone, which is different than the wallet I'm going to show you on the computer here. And I just want to show you how fast Terra is and how awesome it is. Now, I've already so once you get the Chrome extension downloaded, okay, and again, this is on terra.money. You'll find it right there, download Station Wallet. You download the Chrome extension. Don't worry about that for now. Mainly, if you're a desktop user, I'm going to say make sure that you use either the Windows or Mac desktop, okay? That's going to be like your mission control. Now, if you're just a mobile user, that's fine too. They do have pretty good apps on iOS and Android. However, as we'll talk about in later videos, airdrops are not claimable on the iOS and the Android apps right now at the time of me doing this video. So I would say, definitely get the desktop app. Okay, so remember that airdrops are not going to be claimable. You're going to have to at some point plug your wallet into desktop browser wallet and claim it that way. So, okay, so hopefully that was clear. Again, if you want the ledger instructions, I'll have those in the description below. Those are right here. It's very easy. Anybody familiar with ledger will understand. You open up Manager, you add the app, and then you open up the Terra Station wallet, and it will create the wallet for you right from the ledger private keys. So we don't have to go over these steps. I'll have it in the description below. Okay, so let's go to Terra Station now. Okay, so here's Terra Station, and we have the dashboard. Okay, and what we have is you'll see the Luna price. This is a rate that I'm not going to get into all these things. All right. If you're interested enough and you dive into Terra, there's a very wonderful rabbit hole to go down. I'm going to explain the basics of this wallet. I'm not going to explain every number on this page. Okay. But this is where we're deriving staking rewards from. You'll see that this number just surprised me. I mean, it's 117% a year. Okay. Maybe it is now. The rewards have been really good and really rich due to seigniorage rewards lately, but I wouldn't count on getting 117%. That's not why I'm doing this video, to say, hey, get in here and make 117% a year on your Luna staking rewards. But I will tell you, they've been very, very good. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's just been really awesome. If I told you how much money I made on these staking rewards, I mean, wow, just unbelievable. But we're going to talk about how to make this work, right? So once you download the application, as I just said, you're gonna see something like this. But we need to connect, right? So what are we going to do to connect? We're going to connect again. This is accessing with a ledger. You could do it with with just a password and stuff like that, but I wouldn't recommend it. I think it's always better to access things with the ledger, and do this right from the beginning if you haven't staked any Luna yet, if you haven't done anything, because this is the way to do it right, in my opinion, right? So you set it up with the ledger, and then you're going to be able to access your browser wallet, which is sort of like a Terra MetaMask. It's like it's almost like the Ethereum version, the Terra version of MetaMask, which I'll get to in later videos in this series. But right now, what you want to do is you want to say access with the ledger, because I already downloaded it onto my ledger. And so I'm going to say access with the ledger. And boom, there's my address, right? Now I made this account like sort of a dummy account, not to dox myself kind of thing. And later I'll be using real accounts to show you kind of what I'm doing, and that I'm putting my money where my mouth is in terms of providing capital to the Terra protocols. But let's just look at this wallet, and let's go to the wallet tab here. Now I've already pre-funded this with some KRT and MNT. What the hell is that? Well, KRT is, and this is what's so cool about Terra Luna, is that when you stake your Luna, okay, and that's in the staking tab, by the way, and we'll get to that in a second. And these are all the validators, okay? So these are all validators. But when you stake your Luna into the system, you're going to be now earning revenue and value from the various networks that are built on top of the Terra blockchain. Okay, and one of those is an application called Chai. Now, this is not a video about Chai, but Chai is a sort of sister or brother business to Terra, and it's a payments app in Korea, and many Koreans use it. I think they have 2 million users, probably like 70,000 users a day. And as they make payments for regular things, like in a 7-Eleven type of thing, or a grocery store, or they buy clothes online, we are getting a little chunk of those fees paid to us. So the reason why I have KRT, Korean won, is because of the fees that I'm getting. Now, I transferred these from another wallet, but I just wanted to show you how quick this is. Now, watch this. I am going to send myself. I also have in my mobile wallet. Okay, so this is for iOS or for Android. Okay, so I already downloaded that from the App Store. So I have, these are two different addresses that I'm using. You could use the same one for mobile that you do for your desktop, and you can have it integrated like that. I'm more comfortable keeping my vault, so to speak, in my main account on my desktop, connected to my ledger. I want to make sure everything is safe. But when it comes to mobile wallets and playing with little amounts, I could have fun with it, and for the purpose of this video, this is what I'm doing. So you can see I have funded in there. I think I have like 25 Luna in there, and I have some UST, which is the United States, the US dollar stablecoin, and I have some MNT. MNT is from a Mongolian payment app that you're using, that we're also getting fees from. I always pay my fees on Terra because you could choose with MNT, because I don't think I'll be using the Mongolian Tubric anytime soon. So anyway, what I wanted to show you is the absolute speed, and of course I'm doing this in real time here, right? Oh shit! Hold on, I got to grab the address again. Okay, so I'm going to send Luna now. So I'm going to send these Luna over to my Terra Station address. So I'm sending from. This could be like a transaction between two people. It could be between a business and a person. I'm just, because the blockchain doesn't know that I'm sending it to myself, right? Because I'm sending it to a different address. But in this case, I'm going to send it to, if you can see the address there, it's the same as the one that you see on the screen there. So I'm about to send the whole thing over. And this is so nice because I have the facial recognition, because the iPhone. So I'm gonna just send the whole amount. It's like 25.1 Luna. I'm gonna hit next. I'm gonna hit that. Send to. Paste. Amount. I put in 25. Okay. And I hit next. I'm going to pay the fee in MNT, and I'm just going to hit next. Okay, so it's broadcasting the transaction, and it says success. Do we have the money here? Let's see. Oh, shebang. There's my 25 Lunas. Do you see how fast that is? Do you know how frustrating it is to use Bitcoin and Ethereum? And look, this is Tendermint consensus blockchain. It's built on Cosmos, right? So not on Cosmos like Atom Cosmos, but this is Cosmos technology. This is the Tendermint consensus. So anyway, there it is, right? You want to see another one? How about UST? I'm gonna send roughly close to $100 over to. We're gonna do another one, right? So I put in my address, the same address you see on your screen here. I'm gonna send it from a separate wallet, right? So imagine I'm paying you for something, for goods and services, right? So this is so cool. And I just put in the amount. You could put in any amount you want. I'm going to send the whole thing over that I have in this wallet. It asks me to pay what fee I want to pay, right? Do I want to pay in Luna? Nah, I love my Luna. I don't want to send that. So I'm going to send it over in MNT because I don't plan on going to Mongolia anytime soon. All right, there we go. Facial recognition, sending, broadcasting the transaction to the blockchain. Boom, success. Okay, are we sure? Did we get the money? Shebang! $99.49, the exact amount I sent, right? So now this is This is the power of crypto, right? So I just showed you 2 live transactions, no video editing, right? And so now we have money in our wallet. Now, maybe you bought Luna on an exchange, right? And because you heard about how awesome Luna is to stake, and you get these rewards, and you get these airdrops, and there's all this cool stuff being built on top of the Terra blockchain. And that is absolutely true and correct. So what I want to show you here, and by the way, this is just a history tab, and it keeps, because everything's on the blockchain, everything can be verifiable, that transactions went through and all that, so you can look at your history here, but that's not what this is about. I want to get into staking now, right? So as you see, I have 25 Lunas in here, right? And those are available for delegation. Delegation is another word for staking. As you can see here, I just started this wallet as a sort of dummy wallet, so I don't have any rewards yet. As a matter of fact, I don't have any Luna staked, okay? So how do you stake? Well, it's very simple. First of all, there's a long list of validators here, okay? I wouldn't get too hung up on who you're going to choose. There are some valuable metrics here in terms of the uptime. If you see a validator that has only 90% uptime, well, that means that validator probably sucks or has done something wrong lately. And that's beyond the scope of this video, is a penalty that you can incur via your validators not doing a good enough job with your Luna, and you can suffer the loss of a small amount of Luna. But let me just tell you something. Luna is probably going to be worth so much that you don't want to lose any of it. It's like losing Bitcoin in the early days. You might say, they're only $20 a piece, but what happens when Luna's worth $100, $500, $1,000? You know what I mean? You're not going to want to lose any of it. So I wouldn't get too hung up on picking the perfect validators, but you can spread your validators out. So of course, the more Luna you have, I think the more important it is to spread over a number of validators. Personally, I think I have right now about 5 or 6. I have fired a couple of validators. I've moved my stake from them because I wasn't happy with the rewards I was getting from them. They didn't seem to be doing a good enough job. But just right off the bat, Smart Stake, this is a local validator. He's very active in the community. I would recommend him. I could recommend Terra One. They have a pretty big stake here. They're very good. I think the person who runs Terra One works for Terraform Labs, so they're doing a bang up. They're doing a great job there too. Bee Harvest is very good, although this delegation is getting very big. I might delegate some away from them just for the fact of decentralization. Dokia Capital is a big validator. Audit One is related to the Persistence project. They should be a good. Hashed. They're also investors in Terra. I'm not, but they also have a very big percentage of the delegation. Anyway, without getting too much into this, I just named for you a bunch of very competent validators, and I recommended also one. I also recommended one local. We call it community validators, right? And so, anyway, when you go to stake. Right. So let's say I was staking right now, and I was going to go and stake to, where'd he go? I'm looking for Big B's Smart Stake. Where'd it go? We got a lot of validators now. I mean, that's a good thing. Let's just say I was going to Pantera. All right. Let's say it was Pantera Capital, right? They run validators as well. You might know Dirty Dan. All right. So let's say I was going to hit delegate, right? So this is the way you do it. Basically, you'd have your ledger open, right? And you'd have your ledger open, and then you would hit delegate, and then it would say, how many of these Luna do you want to delegate to Pantera Capital? And then you just type it in, you boom, 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 and then you hit next. And, and then it asks you for a confirmation on your ledger. You say yes, and then you're staked, okay? Now, here's the thing, and pay attention to this. Once you stake on Terra, you are staked for 21 days, okay? And if you were to unstake or undelegate, as they say on Terra, right? And you want to get your Lunas back, maybe you want to sell them, maybe you want to do something different with them. Well, you're going to have to wait 21 days. And during that 21-day period, you will not have access to your Luna. Okay, so once you stake it, it's not liquid anymore. That transaction that I just did, where I sent 25 Lunas to myself, if I stake it now, those are locked. I need to undelegate them to be able to have access to them again. While they are in the undelegated period, okay, or we could just call it unstaking period, right? They are in a period of limbo where they're not earning and they're not liquid, so you cannot touch them. You have to wait for the time for it to be undelegated. Now, here's why I personally really like this 21-day period. And as somebody who's a trader, like at first it ran contrary to my brain, right? Like I was like, I don't want to lock this stuff up. But what I found with Luna is that the lockup is really good, because what it does is it takes a lot of supply off the market, okay? And if we go back to the dashboard, we can see that there's 301 million Lunas locked up. Now, that represents over 70% of the total supply that's circulating, okay? That's great, because that means that less Luna is on the market to be panic sold when, like if the market takes a downturn, let's say, we've all been there. If you've been in crypto for a while, like, okay, Bitcoin's going down, everybody's panicking, or Bitcoin's going up, everybody wants to run into Bitcoin because they want to partake in the upshoot in Bitcoin. Well, guess what? With Luna, you can't do that if you're staked. If you're staked and you're receiving the rich benefits of partaking in such a burgeoning, blossoming, explosive growth network that Terra is, you can't just flip-flop to follow the latest trend by jumping in and out of the coin. It's not that kind of coin. This coin is like, you need to you plant your feet on the ground and get ready to make some money, because what this coin is all about is just amazing, and the benefits that it's bringing back. But you still might be tempted in those market downturns or those Bitcoin upturns to jump out, right? And feel like I'm going to jump out, then I'm going to jump back in, or I'm going to panic sell and wait for a lower price. But guess what? With Luna, you can't do that because of that 21-day stake. So while it makes you illiquid, okay, I think that this is ultimately a net positive for the price of Luna, which we can see is just a tad under $21 today, and it's just it's actually really good for the future, I think, of price. And the future of people getting more committed to the network and less fair weather holders. Okay, I think what it does is to sort of incentivize a hodler mentality, and it's really fun and easy to be a hodler on Terra, because there's just so many rich goodies, and that's part of what this system is, this blockchain and this series is all about. I'm going to be talking about a lot of those goodies, so I hope you bear with me, bear with my long-windedness, and this has just been such an awesome project, and I'm so proud of these guys, and I'm just so proud to have a little part of it, and it's just been so much fun. So anyway, I hope I explained staking. Let me just say a couple other things about staking. You can, with my 25 Luna, I could stake 10 here, 5 here, 3 here, whatever. And then you're going to get a rewards proportionally, right? For the most part, you're going to get the same rewards from any validator. Let's just say that, right? I fired a couple because I wasn't getting the same rewards. But when you monitor your rewards, you'll be able to see that. When you want to redelegate to somebody, all you would do is you would click on the one that you want to redelegate to. So let's just say, for the example, I had delegated all my stake to all my stake to Pantera, as I was just going over the Pantera validator. But I said, you know what? I want to diversify now, or I'm not happy with the rewards, so I want to put some over at Mosaic. So I click on Mosaic, and I would just hit delegate. And when I click delegate, you'll see the Pantera option here to delegate away from, and that's how you redelegate. You just go through the process again of delegating, and you would have a drop-down menu here to take away from the delegation of Pantera in this situation. Or I can just delegate from my available liquid Luna. Okay, and I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to lock up any of my Luna here on this little sample wallet, because I will be transferring this back into one of my real accounts. Anyway, so that's that. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, you can only redelegate per validator one time every 21 days. Okay, so if you redelegate to somebody, you can't redelegate away from them again until the 21 days is over. So that's just a side note. Now let's talk about swap. This is awesome, right? So let me show you, because now I'm just showing you the tools of what you can do in Terra Station. Hold on, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, so I'm going to I've got to put in my passcode again because my ledger timed out. So I want to be able to show you guys this. Okay, so my ledger's ready to go. So let's say I want to swap. Remember that KRT I had? 5,000 of them? Well, you can swap any coin for any Terra coin here. Okay, now I'm not going to get into these. These are on Mirror. These are the M assets, Netflix. I mean, this is going to be a tough series for me to do because there's so much goodness to cover here. All right, but let's just try to stay on point here and talk about KRT. So remember, I told you I'm getting some rewards for the KRT from my staking, right? So let's say though I have no use for KRT, right? You know, until Do Kwon invites me to Korea and we go eat some bulgogi, I'm going to have to trade these in for something that I can use and something to be useful for me. What's more useful than Luna? Not much. So here is what I'm doing, right? Right in here, you have an exchange. It's a swap mechanism, but this is basically a DEX, decentralized exchange. So I'm going to take my KRT and I'm going to get rid of it, and I'm going to swap it for Luna. Now, 5,939 KRT is equivalent, okay, to 0.23 Lunas, which is, like right around $5. So let's do it. So I'm going to hit that. What do I want to pay the fee in? Well, even though that's a very small amount of Luna, I don't want to spend my Luna. So personally, I like spending my Mongolian. I think it's a 2-brick. Sorry, Mongolians, if I got that wrong. But now it's gonna say confirm with the ledger. Now, if you're not using a ledger, it would just say confirm with passcode. So here we go. So here's the amount that I'm swapping. Confirm with ledger. Okay. Oh, there it is. I got to click through the contract, and I'm going to hit approve. And now I just confirmed with my ledger, and the block time on Terra is 6 seconds. So it's a success. Now let's go back to my wallet and see if that really happened. Oh, notice my KRT is gone, and notice I have 0.23 more Luna. Now, you can do this with any asset on Terra. Okay, so I mean, imagine one day you're traveling from United States to Korea, or from Korea to Europe, and you want to change some of your KRT for euros, or some of your Luna for euros. I wouldn't suggest doing that, by the way, but you get the idea. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Now, Terra, this is going to be the last part of this particular video, and again, I'm just trying to give you a general overview of how to get started, and how to get staking, and how to get earning, and how to get swapping, right? Now, remember, too, on the swap, you can swap anything you want, right? So if you think, if you really thought the price of Luna was was going up and you had a bunch of stable coins in here, you might want to trade it for Luna before it goes up too high, right? Likewise, you can sell Luna as well if you really wanted to, although I don't suggest that. Okay, the last thing I wanted to talk about was is the governance tab. Okay, now because Luna is or Terra is a decentralized system, right? So think of it as like Ethereum, where anybody can build on top of it. Although the best things right at this moment are being built by Terraform Labs, run by Do Kwon and the geniuses over there. Okay, but in these protocols, in all of the protocols in this series, and I'm going to move on after this to talk about Mirror, and I'm going to also be talking about Anchor Protocol. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be talking about here in this video series, and then I'm going to do one last video to sort of tie it all together and show you kind of things that I'm doing. Okay, what you have here is the option, is the opportunity to partake in the ecosystem, in governance, and actually have a vote, a share according to how much of the network you own, or how much Luna you own, let's say. Okay, let's face it, that's what it is. And to be able to vote on things. Okay, now look at this. This is a proposal. Okay, honestly, I don't even know what this proposal is, but you can see all the voting here is on by the blockchain. This one is overwhelmingly winning. There is a quorum to meet here before this passes, and if you go to the Agora, you can read about this proposal. So let's take a look at that. Oh, so here's the proposal. This proposal is about burning all seigniorage, and then this is actually proposed by Do himself, the Michael Jordan of DeFi, and you can go over the whole proposal, and then you can partake in the discussion and have and interact with people here. Okay, so look, I'm not giving advice on this, but what I want to say is just think about how powerful this is, in that you're not only partaking in a decentralized system, but you have a say, you have a voice. You can help shape the future of finance. Okay, so I think that about wraps it up. Also, by the way, you're free to make a proposal, right? So if we go back to governance, new proposal. So you can make a proposal. And there is a cost to that. I think it's down to 50 Lunas or something like that. But you are allowed to do your own proposal. And here we see that there are some proposals that have not received much of a deposit. Sometimes I think people just post things to sort of like, get on a bulletin board sort of thing. But you can see that this one ends in 331. It's getting a lot of votes, but we're going to have to get more votes out. And a lot of times when these things come close to the end, they'll say, hey guys, get out and vote and stuff like that. But you can vote on this any way you want with your stake. So my 25 Lunas, I can cast my vote. Okay, so anyway, that's about it for today. I just want to say that this is an amazing ecosystem to be a part of, and it's growing. And in the next videos, we're going to get into some of the protocols that are being built on Terra, and how that works with Luna, and what kind of different strategies that you can take to make more money. All right. So anyway, take care. God bless. That's it for now for part 1 of the Terra Luna Master Series. Nacho out. Bye-bye.